Welcome, Wanderer. I sense that recent events have brought you to me. These are strange times indeed. So many fear the inexplicable. I deal in it. And you seek answers. This will lead you to the knowledge you desire. Legends state this rune is the missing piece of an arcane construct. A mighty weapon capable of harnessing ancient power for the one strong enough to control it. But be warned, for the construct is buried deep beneath Kyrgyzstan in the ancient vaults of Zoltan Kul. Untouched for centuries, they are protected by deadly traps of Kul's own design, and guarded by his mechanical horrors. But the architect Zoltan Kul overestimated his cleverness. In his hubris, the mage abandoned his work, leaving darker forces free to corrupt his machinations and claim the vault's power for themselves. The answers await you in the depths. Take the rune, if you dare.
What's happening here?
Possession. Demon thought. You see those people? They listen to the old man's stories. The vaults, the sorcerer, the treasure. Thought they would strike it rich. So much for that. They can't even talk now.
I found this rune on the ground. Do you know what it is?
Stop them! Another one gone.
The possessed man's arm. You could swear it twitched. I found this rune on the ground. Do you know what it is?
Vaults are full of those things. Folk brought them to town and now there's demons in their heads. Look at the markings. Mage clans, bad luck. You wanna help? Get that thing out of town, put it back where it came from. Vaults north of here. Don't get killed.
This must be it.
The ground was struck by something hot enough to turn sand into glass.
My mouth opens wide. Your heart beats. Let me take you as I took him.
You have made a grave mistake this day.
What happened? Who are you? What are you doing in the gate hall? What am I doing here?
I believe you were possessed by a demon.
A demon? Yes. Yes, I understand. It metastasized faster than I expected. We must... Stiff joints. Oh, forgive me. I need a moment. I am Ayujan of Chaldeum, mage of the Ashari. And the demon you spoke of? It is called Malphas. It has infested this place, taken it for its own. But it can be removed.
The demon is possessing villagers in Gyakul. I came here to stop it.
I see. This demon is a parasite. It will inhabit whatever it can, simply for the joy of playing the puppeteer. Last I saw it, it was little more than a red mist. If it is able to possess people on the surface, we must act quickly. I see you have a construct strapped to your waist. Hand it to me. It is not beyond repair. This is a seneschal, designed to protect its charge. All it requires is a governing stone.
What is this place?
This is where we made a miracle. An alchemical engine, the greatest in all the world. We call it the Loom. It is housed leagues beneath our feet, and yet it powers all you see around you.
This construct, is it alive?
To make life from metal and lightning, that would be the pinnacle of creation. No, it is animated by the elemental force within it, and it obeys the runes engraved into it. It will help you, but it is not alive.
I am ready.
There we are. Now, follow me. I am not the only one who may be in danger. I built this place, but not alone. I worked alongside another mage, Zoltan Kul, of the Eniath clan.
The Zoltan Kul.
So you've heard of him? He'll be pleased. The man always believed he'd be famous. Come, if he is not in his study, he will at least have left word there. Come on, then. Zoltan insisted on security. Security which Malphas has felicitously taken advantage of.
What do you need me to do?
This hall is rigged with traps. They can be timed and avoided, but I doubt I would make it. Better if you throw the switch at the end of the hall, and I'll catch up. You are a child of Bulgathos, or trained in their way.
Yes.
Sure-footed, kind-hearted. I hope to visit Mount Ariat someday. See the World Stone with my own eyes. Sultan! Damn you, Sultan Kul! Answer me! He is not here. Men of his pride don't just vanish without a trace. There must be something.
I heard it in my sleep. A voice, echoing from down a long hallway. Malphas, it said. And I knew my foe's name. My dearest friend, The loom is dead. You will find the tunnels collapsed, the runes scoured. To rebuild it without me would take a lifetime. I hope you abandon this dream, as I have. And if not, I hope you live well, Zoltan. A collection of texts on the killing, banishment, or capture of demonic entities. Ayuzan of Chaldeum. I came to the sanctum seeking knowledge, and instead, I found you. Meet me by the fountain at dawn, next market day. I've a project that might interest you. Zoltan Kuhl. Zoltan Kuhl wrote this. He is long gone.
Dearest friend. Ha! We had quite the row last I remember. But to amount our collaboration to friendship? It's just like him. He writes as though he destroyed the loom on his way out. Yet I can feel it humming under our feet. Wait, who is that? Me. That is me. I am an old man. How many years have I spent down here?
A young mage, fast asleep, alone, cracks in the walls of his mind. I took him. I built his dream anew.
It made me repair the loom. All these years, it... Ah! Ah! I could do with a strong tea. But I'm still here. I refuse to be a demon's puppet again. Give me a moment. I'll meet you in the gate hall.
My dearest friend, you refused to listen to reason. So, I decided for us both. The loom is dead. You will find the tunnels collapsed, the siphons broken, and the runes scoured. To rebuild it without me would take a lifetime. I hope you realize your mistake. I hope you abandon this dream as I have. I hope you join the Horadrim with me. And if none of that comes to pass, I hope you live well. Zoltan.
We use runes to bind elements to metal, but perhaps their potential is yet unrealized. Could a rune bind hands to a chair, a soul to a body?
Heaving! Vermin! Let go!
What are you doing?
Malphas holds this portal shut. It is the only way down to the loom. I need you to travel to Skosglen. One of our vaults is buried there, a nursery where the constructs are created and kept. If the demon is producing more constructs, we need to know now.
What can you tell me about the demon?
It appeared without warning. A mist, wreathing the loom. At first, Zoltan and I didn't know what to make of it. It was too weak to appear in physical form, too weak to speak. By the time we realized it was a demon feeding on the loom's power to gather strength, we were already too late.
Will you be all right while I'm gone?
I have survived this long with a demon inhabiting my body. I'll be fine.
It sounds as though you and Zoltan had an argument before he left.
An argument? Ha! That is beyond an understatement. When we discovered the demon, we believed it was a trifle, easily dealt with. But Malphas was tenacious. Every attempt to remove it ended in failure. After much time and many debates, we reached our breaking point. Zoltan gave up on the loom, and I did not. It is as simple as that.
The vaults. What are they?
You might think of them like appendages of the loom. Some are constructed to gather and refine the elemental material, the thread, where others weave it into shape. All serve as repositories of some sort or another. Thus, vaults. It really is an exquisite system. When the portals are working, that is.
How do I get there?
Normally, you could travel by portal, quick as light. But that is not an option. Entering on foot will be tricky. I've marked where you should begin your search for an entrance.
An almost familiar map. Though the geography matches the sanctuary you know, many of the cities, strongholds, and major features are different. With some effort, you can discern the marked locations. Well maintained, but lifeless. No telling where it might lead.
Flesh upon flesh, upon iron, upon stone. You see how beautiful I have become. 1,000 voices bleating my name. Would you take that from me?
Body parts assembled in the shape of a man, albeit distorted. Shoulders too wide, hands with 7 fingers, torso filled with all the wrong organs.
Skitter about my body, claw and bite at my appendages. It does not matter. I am many. Would you take that from me? Would you cut off my fingers?
Not ready yet.
I will cut them for you. I am more than 1 finger, or 1,000. I will never die, and I will never be small again.
Only the first few pages are written. A diatribe against the Ennead mages and their lack of imagination. A beautifully wrought piece of armor, but far too large for any mortal body. Could this have been intended for a construct? Surely not. If the demon feeds on the loom's power, why not destroy the loom?
Of course. Why not bury my life's work? Why not? Why not let the demon win? Zoltan asked the same question, of course. It's the reason he left. Because he did not believe the situation could be salvaged. Perhaps he was right. But to live in fear of demons is to be paralyzed. And I will not be paralyzed.
What is the loom exactly? What purpose does it serve?
I will answer, but you will wish you hadn't asked. You are familiar with the principle of dispersion, yes? Our world trends toward decay. Fire turns to embers, water to mist, and so on. Elements disperse, reorganizing into less useful forms. Zoltan and I believed that this process could be undone. Inert energy could be spun into streams of elemental force, much as sorcerers summon fire from air. The loom was the culmination of this theory. It is a forge that never goes out, never needs wood or coal. A thing of pure creation.
Malthus has overrun the nursery.
I feared as much. Malphas's influence now spans the breadth of Sanctuary. We need a better means of speaking across distances. I can modify your seneschal to this purpose, but I don't have what I need here. However, Zoltan built a web of traps around the walls. When they are disturbed, they send vibrations into the earth, calling constructs to the vault's defense. We should exploit this. Harvest the constructs for raw materials, and I can make what we need. You will also find a few of my constructs roaming the gate hall. They can provide whatever you may need. Excellent. These materials are exactly what we needed. Step into my workshop. It's time that we improved your seneschal.
Good. Now we may speak even at a distance. No need for you to carry an old man across Sanctuary, hmm?
What now?
Now we begin the real work. This is what I intend. To isolate the demon from the loom, exorcise it, and kill it. I do not expect it to be easy, but I know it is possible. Go to the Fractured Peaks, to the vault nestled in the mountains. Find my engraving tools, bring them here. I will provide guidance along the way.
I felt what you felt, Ayuza. You craved his trust, his whisper. You admired him, and he pitied you. That's enough. You bullied him, and he resented you. You cherished him. And he hated you. Damn you! Something put me I am beyond you! You are the dirt clumped on our roots! You live only within the bounds we ascribe to you! You care nothing for others, only yourself! Do you hear me? You are a parasite!
Dear Isolde, I made it into the ruins. Priceless relics and easy marks abound, just as you said. However, you failed to mention the mad sorcerer and his metal marionettes. If I don't make it back home, I blame you, your brother, Elbeck. Many Vizhari texts speak of spirits. The scholars among you will recognize this for what it is: linen over filth. These were not spirits, but demons, offering the Vizhari power in exchange for discretion. Zoltan, I've never heard of any Malthus. Likely a lesser demon. No real threat, and certainly no calamity. You mustn't be so dramatic. Your friend, Eamon. This stone has a distinctive swirling pattern, with discolored streaks interweaving across its surface. If you were to guess, it was made from the shattered pieces of a dozen broken tuning stones. You let the demon get under your skin.
I know! Demons are simple-minded. They will pull on a loose thread simply to watch fabric unravel. And I offered the thread. But Malthus was right. Zoltan and I were misaligned. A non-equivalent exchange. That he chose to leave was predictable. I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Here are your engraving tools.
Good, thank you. Now for the next step. I never dabbled in demon magic, but the Vizhari did. We will need to visit their old hideouts, gather what we can. Here, let me mark them on your map.
Is this Chaldean? Yes. Yes, I know this street. I played here as a child. This city was my home. What happened to it? Malthus is a servant of Diabolos, the Lord of Terror. We must invoke his name to bind the demon.
As the living obey and command, so too do the spirits. The greatest among them have legions at their call. In knowing who serves who, and for what purpose, we may borrow that authority.
Malthus is a servant of Diabolos, the Lord of Terror. We must invoke his name to bind the demon.
To harness fear, a mage must bow to fear. At Mount Sivo, speak fear's name, Diablos. Fear will rise to answer and smile at himself within you.
There we are. Two of these sites look promising. And a shrine to Diabolos. That will be essential. We know our path, now to follow it. The Visurai were a great stain on Mage clan history. They brought demons to this world, thought they could control them. They were wrong. You did that with disconcerting ease. You have been here before, haven't you? All that's left is to seal the demonic magic. There is a Visurai outpost nearby. And now, it is done. Return to the gate hall when you can.
Welcome. Set everything down.
Will this really work?
Truthfully, I do not know. A ritual like this is outside my expertise. But I must believe something can be done. Otherwise, what is left?
Do we have everything we need for the exorcism?
We do. We will go to the vault in Hawazar and isolate the demon there. Once trapped, we can force it to manifest physically and kill it. Find a gateway within the vault. I will open a portal and join you.
This place was our home for a time. It's changed so much. And somehow, not at all. You'll find the gateway deeper inside. We'll meet there. This is the gateway. Wait there, and I will arrive shortly.
Zoltan loved these portals, but I could never stand the vertigo.
Where to next?
We must go deeper. Our drafting table. This was where we designed the loom. I devised the name, the loom. Zoltan laughed, thought it quaint.
What now?
You see this growth? This is not a natural formation, and not a product of the loom. It's the demon, a part of its body. Zoltan and I saw something similar in Kyrgyzstan, but we are in Hawazar. How large has Malphas become?
The growth pulses and writhes like an animal caught in a trap. It hungers. It needs. Come closer, it seems to whisper. Become one with me. When conducted to the metal, construct collapses. Insulation, concentric circles.
Here. This is where we will draw Malphas out. Be ready. So chi hil chi who knows.
You tug at me.
So beer Malphas.
Because I am more.
It didn't work. Something else is coming through.
My child for your child. You tug, but I do not follow.
No. After all that,
You failed.
and I always would have. You have grown beyond us. You will never be removed, will you?
What now?
We must leave this place, quickly.
Are you all right?
No. No, I am not all right. When we discovered the loom was tainted, Zoltan said these words to me. So ends a dream, and all dreams with it. And now I realize he was right. There is no undoing this. The loom is ruined. The demon has made it its own. You know what we must do. Kill the loom. Without its power, the demon will wither and die. Zoltan and I created one last masterpiece before the demon arrived. A guardian. A keeper of the vaults. Be wary.
This place is in ruins.
This must be it.
I was small once, starving, but I made myself more. Flesh upon flesh, upon iron, upon stone. Into marble, into stone, into veins, into spines, into copper, into iron, into rust, into bones, into fingers, into hearts. Into fingers, into marble, into stone, into bones, into spines. Into bones, into spines, into fingers, into hearts. Into Approach the loom. It is time.
A demon slipped past our wards. I can see it as I write this. A red mist wreathing the loom, suckling on it. It grows with each moment. A demon. A thing of ether and feeling. And not even that. It shimmers in the light. It can barely maintain its form. And yet, we cannot remove it. No matter what we try, it only grows like a suppurated wound. Ayajan refuses to accept it. But our dream is ending.
So dies our child.
You're back.
The loom is destroyed.
I know. I was so fearful of this moment. The thought of it was abhorrent, beyond reckoning. The nightmares came to pass, the dreams snuffed out. And yet, despite all that, here I am, my heart beating, my hands my own, because of you. You freed me and showed me what I refused to see. So thank you, truly.
Is there anything more I can do to help?
The demon is dying, but not dead. It lives in the stones of the vaults and the bodies of the constructs. It is the weed in our garden. We must pull it from its roots. Return to the vaults. Stamp out what remains of the demon. It will not die easily, but die it must.
What will you do now?
I will find Zoltan. He was a miserable little roach, but I still care for him, despite myself. I don't know how long he's been away. I don't even know if he's still alive. So, I will search. Better to know than to live in doubt,